This is the Math 6 Chapter 1 review. This video is going to address order of operations, greatest common factor, least common multiple, and then a couple word problems thrown in there. What I want you to do during this video is when you see the first problem, I want you to pause the video, work the problem out on your own on a separate sheet of paper. Then when you finish your problem, restart the video, listen to my explanation, and check your work. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So our first couple problems are going to be about order of operations. So our first problem is 7 plus 60 divided by 3 times 5. So what we need to remember, and I'm going to write this at the top of my screen, is going to be PEMDAS. And that tells us the order we're supposed to do our operations in every math problem that we see. So this would be the part in time where you would pause the video, try the problem on your own, and then restart the video when you finished. Okay, so in this problem, when we're looking from left to right, the first thing we want to look for is parentheses or any type of grouping symbol. Here there isn't any, so we're going to skip parentheses. There's also no exponents, so now we're on the level multiplying and dividing. So when we go from left to right, we actually have both division and multiplication in this problem. But what we have to remember first is whatever comes first in our problem from left to right is going to be what we do first. So here we're actually going to do division first. So I'm going to underline that step. And I know 60 divided by 3 gives me 20. And I need to drop down everything I haven't used yet. That's a really key part, is making sure you drop down every part you haven't used. So now we've got addition and multiplication. So again, multiplying is going to come before addition in this problem. So 20 multiplied by 5 gives me 100. Drop down what I haven't used, which is that 7 in my addition. So here, I'm just going to add these two numbers together, and I get 107 as my final answer. I'm going to box that. My next problem is 6 plus 2 to the third power minus 1. So again, we're going to start over. We're going to look at if we have any parentheses here. So we don't. Exponents would be next. So 2 to the third power is the same as 2 times 2 times 2, not 2 times 3. Remember, that exponent tells us how many times we're multiplying our base, which here is our 2. So 2 to the third power is 8. Drop down what we haven't used. Now we've just got addition and subtraction, so we're going to go left to right, and we see addition first. We have 8 plus 6, which is 14, minus 1. Then we just have the subtraction left, so our answer here is 13. So we're going to continue on. We've got a couple more order of operations problems. So we've got 16 divided by 2 to the third power plus 6 minus 2. Again, I'm going to write PEMDAS up here so we remember we have it seen every time. And again, remember to pause the video, try these problems on your own, and then check your work with mine once you finish. So here, there's no parentheses. We go right to our exponents, 2 to the third, which is actually one we did on our last problem. So 2 to the third is 8. Drop down everything you haven't used yet. So we've got division, addition, subtraction. So division is going to come first. 16 divided by 8 gives me 2 plus 6 minus 2. So here we're going to go left to right since we just have addition and subtraction. And so addition comes first. We've got 8, and then we bring down what we haven't used. So this subtraction ends us with an answer of 6. And our last order of operations problem is 2 times 14 divided by the quantity, so what's in parentheses, 3 squared minus 2. So there's a lot going on this one. So go ahead and pause your video and try this one first. Okay, so for this problem, where you have to start with our parentheses first. Now the key with this one is there's actually two operations happening. We've got our exponents and we've got subtraction. We need to do our exponent first, so 3 times 3. So I'm going to drop down everything I haven't used, and I'm going to replace my 3 squared with 9 minus 2. So now we're still finishing that set of parentheses because that hasn't gone away yet, so we have to do the subtraction inside. So 9 minus 2 is 7. And then drop down what we haven't used yet. And here now we're just left with multiplying and dividing. So we have to go from left to right. And when I look at this problem left to right, multiplication comes first. So we've got 2 multiplied by 4, which gives us 28. Drop down my divided by 7. Here, our division, 28 divided by 7, leaves us with an answer of 4. Okay, so we're going to move on to greatest common factor. So with greatest common factor and least common multiple, we've been practicing one method, and we call that method the ladder method. So we're going to start with that. We've got 8 and 36. So what we need to start with is setting up our ladder. 8 and 36. And we need to find a number that can go into both of those numbers evenly. So what can we divide them both by? So what I like to start with, since both of my numbers are even, I like to start with 2. So I divide both those numbers in half. So 8 divided by 2 gives me 4. And 36 divided by 2 gives me 18. So we're going to keep this process up. Keep this process up until we cannot divide any farther. So again, I see my 4 and my 18. Those are both even numbers. So I'm going to divide by 2 again. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 18 divided by 2 is 9. So here, the only factor that they share, 2 and 9 share, is 1. So once I write that 1, I'm done. And when we are finding the greatest common factor, we look at our side numbers, and we're going to multiply those out. So here, the GCF of 8 and 36 is 4, meaning 4 is the largest number that can go into both of my beginning numbers. Let's try another one. We've got 32 and 54, so a little bit bigger numbers. I'll write this to the side. And again, my numbers are even, so I like to start with dividing by 2. So 32 divided by 2 is 16. And then 54 divided by 2 is 27. So we're going to continue this process. Now here, 16 and 27, they're both not even. So I have to think of something else that can go into both 16 and 27 besides 2. 3, they don't share either. 3 can go into 27, not 16. And so after sitting here thinking about it for a little bit, I realized that that's the only factor they had in common originally, that 2. So I can't divide any farther. So it seems weird because these numbers are semi-large. They look like they'd be able to be divided farther, but we actually can't. They don't share any more factors. So we've only have this 2 on the side. So we circle those side numbers, we multiply. So here the greatest common factor of 32 and 54 is actually only 2, which is pretty small. Now we're going to continue on to least common multiple. Here we use the exact same method we were just using, which is great, except we use different numbers at the end to multiply. So again, don't forget, when you see the problem, pause the video, try the problem on your own, and then check your work with mine. So we've got 14 and 18 for my first set. So I'm going to set up my ladder method. I'm going to do the division like I had been doing for greatest common factor. 14 and 18 are even, so I'm going to divide by 2. I get 7 and 9. Here, nothing goes into both 7 and 9 besides 1. So this was a pretty short ladder. Now the difference here is I want to use all of my outside numbers. I like to call these my L numbers because when you circle them, they make a big L. So we actually multiply all of that out. So here I'm going to do 2 times 1, which is just 2. So 2 times 7 gives me 14. And then 14 times 9 gives me 126. So the least common multiple of 14 and 18 is 126. Okay, so I'm going to go on to my next problem. 28 and 36. Again, it's the exact same process I've been doing, so I'm going to do that ladder method. They're both even, so I'm going to divide them both by 2. And I get 14 and 18. Now this one looks pretty familiar because if you look at the original problem, we've got 14 and 18 again. So I'm going to divide by 2 since they're even, 7 and 9. The only thing that 7 and 9 share, factor-wise, would be a 1. Oops, so make that a 9. And again, to find our least common multiple, we take our L numbers and we multiply those out. We've got 2 times 2, which gives us 4. 4 times 7 gives us 28, and then we need to take 28 and multiply it by 9. So this is where you probably going to have to do some work to the side. When you multiply all that out, your LCM is 252. Now our next two problems are word problems. So the key with these are going to be deciding, is this least common multiple or greatest common factor, and then actually finding the answer here. So when we go through the problem, I suggest you read it a couple different times. Read it the first time just all the way through, and then go back a second time and reread it, underline, figure out what's going to be these important pieces of information that you're going to need to pull out. So here we've got a traffic light changes every 30 seconds. Another traffic light changes every 40 seconds. Both lights just changed. After how many minutes will both lights change at the same time again? So they just changed at the same time. We want to figure out how many seconds in the future are they going to overlap again. So this is actually a least common multiple problem. So we're going to set up our ladder like we've been doing before. Do the same process. So I'm actually going to divide by 2 since they're even. I've got 15 and 20. 15 and 20 have a common factor of 5. So 15 divided by 5 gives me 3. 20 divided by 5 gives me 4. And then my only factor is 1 now. And so once I've gotten my ladder done, I circle my L numbers. And I'm going to multiply all of these out. So I've got 2 times 5 is 10. 10 times 3 is 30. 30 times 4 gives us 120. So here the least common multiple is 120, but we need to make sure, since it's a word problem, we label our answer. 120 what? So if we go back to our question, it says after how many minutes? Now we are given here seconds. So we need to make sure when we answer our question, it's how many minutes. So 120 seconds should be 2 minutes. So in 2 minutes, because there's 60 seconds in every minute, in 2 minutes, those traffic lights are going to change at the same time again. Okay, our last word problem. It says you are making balloon arrangements for a birthday party. There are 16 white balloons and 24 red balloons. Each arrangement must be identical. Very important there. It says what is the greatest number of arrangements you can make using every balloon. So greatest number tells us that's going to be GCF. So again, we're going to take our two numbers, our 16 white balloons, our 24 red balloons, and we're going to find the greatest common factor of those two numbers. So we're going to divide by 2, we get 8 and 12. Divide by 2 again, we get 4 and 6. And then we're going to divide by 2 one more time, and we get 2 and 3. This is where our common factor is just 1. So we look at our side numbers, we multiply that out, and we get our LCM of 8, which here it's 8 arrangements. So we can make 8 identical arrangements without leaving any balloons left over. So this concludes the video. Feel free to go back, rewatch any section that you need to, look over your notes from class, and good luck studying.